صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Chapter on what is said regarding being merciful to the people and to the animals. Narrated Abu Sulaiman, Malik ibn Huwayrith. We came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and we were a few young men of approximately same age, and stayed with him for 20 nights. Then he thought that we were anxious for our families, and he asked us, whom we had left behind, to look after our families. And we told him, he was kind-hearted and merciful, so he said, return to your families and teach them religious knowledge, and order them to do good deeds, and offer your salat, prayers, in the way you saw me offering my salat, prayer. And when the stated time for the salat, prayer, becomes due, then one of you should pronounce its call, that is, the adhan, and the eldest of you should lead in the salat, prayer. Footnote: Iqamat al-salat, the performance of as-salat, the prayers. This is not understood by many Muslims. It means A. Every Muslim, male or female, is obliged to offer his salat, prayers regularly, 5 times a day at the specified times. The male in the mosque in congregation and the female at home. As the Prophet, peace be upon him, has said, order your children to offer salat, prayers at the age of 7 and beat them about it at the age of 10. The chief of a family, town, tribe, etc., and the Muslim ruler of a country are held responsible before Allah in case of non-fulfillment of this obligation by the Muslims under his authority. B. To perform the salat, prayers, in a way just as Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to perform it with all its rules and regulations, that is, standing, bowing, prostrating, sitting, etc. As he, peace be upon him, has said, perform your salat, prayers, the way you see me performing it. Please see Hadith numbers 735, 736, 737, 756, 823, and 824, Sahih al-Bukhari, for the Prophet's way of offering salat, prayer. In the book of characteristics of the salat, prayer, and that the salat, prayer, begins with takbir, Allahu Akbar, with the recitation of Surah Al-Fatiha, etc., along with its various postures, standing, bowing, prostrations, sitting, etc., and it ends with taslim. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, while a man was walking on a road, he became very thirsty. Then he came across a well, got down into it, drank of its water, and then came out. Meanwhile, he saw a dog panting and licking mud because of excessive thirst. The man said to himself, this dog is suffering from the same state of thirst as I did. So he went down the well again and filled his shoe with water and held it in his mouth and watered the dog. Allah thanked him for that deed and forgave him. The people asked, O Allah's Messenger, is there a reward for us in serving the animals? He said, yes, there is a reward for serving any animate, living being. Narrated Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, stood up for the salat, prayer, and we, too, stood up along with him. Then a Bedouin shouted while offering salat, prayer, O Allah, bestow your mercy on me and Muhammad, peace be upon him, only, and do not bestow it on anybody else along with us. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, had finished his salat, prayer, with taslim, he said to the Bedouin, you have limited, narrowed, a very vast thing, meaning Allah's mercy. Narrated An-Nu'man ibn Bashir, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, you see the believers as regards their being merciful among themselves, showing love among themselves, and being kind among themselves. resembling one body, so that if any part of the body is not well, then the whole body shares the sleeplessness, insomnia, and fever with it. Narrated Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "If any Muslim plants any plant, and a human being or an animal eats of it, he will be rewarded as if he had given that much in charity." Narrated Jarir ibn Abdullah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "He who is not merciful to others will not be treated mercifully."